Interior, Mimi's Cafe Night. The cafe is crowded, clearly popular. Tracy, 24, sits across from her parents. Jennifer, 54, and Spencer, 56. Tracy is wearing a gorgeous red gown with her hair in an updo. We find ourselves in the middle of the conversation.
I don't know, guys. It's just been really difficult lately.
Jennifer reaches across the table to put her hand on Tracy's.
It's okay, sweetie. All couples go through stuff like this. It's just a phase, right, Spencer? I never did like that boy.
Tracy glares at him.
You never liked any of them, Dad.
My point exactly?
Bobby, 26, demanding questions, slides in the booth next to Tracy. He would be dressed to the nines if he only had time. He quickly finished buttoning his shirt as he sits.
You're late.
I know. Spencer gives Jennifer a pointed told you so look.
I'm starving. Did you guys order already?
As they sound cute, a waitress, 24, brings out their drinks. She hands Tracy Sprite, Spencer Coke, Jennifer iced tea, and finally water for Bobby. He turns to Tracy.
Honey, you know I like Sprite. I know.
Sprite is for men who show up on time.
Bobby chokes on his water. Suddenly he comes face to face with Jeff, an ant perched on Tracy's shoulder. He wears a tiny fedora and monocle. He also has a cane. He waves at Bobby if it's clear that these two have met before.
Not again.
Top of the morning to you, good sir.
Jeff, stop. It's not even morning. Go away. What was that, Bobby? Nothing, dear.
What do you mean nothing? I'm right here.
Completely obvious to Jeff, Tracy tries to refuel the conversation.
So my dance piece is almost ready.
That's great, honey.
Jeff tips his fedora slightly and eyes Bobby.
I do a bit of dancing myself, Skippy boy.
Jeff leans on his tiny cane and clicks his heel, winking at Bobby. Bobby tries to hide his alarm.
Jeff, shut up.
Excuse me?
Oh, sorry, sir. It's nothing.
Spencer shakes his head disappointed.
Ooh, shiny.
Jeff jumps from Tracy's shoulder onto the booth near Bobby's leg, revealed an engagement ring inside Bobby's pocket. Bobby flicks Jeff off his pocket. Jeff lands right on top of the dinner roll on Tracy's plate. She picks up the piece to eat it.
No, don't eat that. Why are you acting so weird right now? This is dinner. Sorry, Jeff got on that piece of bread.
Who's Jeff?
Jennifer notices Jeff stranded on a piece of bread.
You know, that's disgusting.
To Bobby's dismay, she begins swatting wildly at Jeff. Bobby snatches the entire plate of bread and holds it close.
Ant? What ant? I don't see an ant.
Jeff begins to crawl up Bobby's sleeve, flailing wildly. Bobby stands up suddenly and the ring goes flying from his pocket onto the ground. He leans over and quickly starts to be up before anyone notices.
You really know how to pick 'em, Tracy.
The ring slips from Bobby's grasp, falling into his wire. He attempts to chug the whole thing, resulting in horrified looks from the rest of the table, and him swallowing the ring whole.
Bobby, what's wrong with you? This whole night you've been acting...
Bobby starts choking on the ring. He starts gesturing wildly as the rest of the table stares on. Spencer finally catches on and jumps to his feet. He runs up behind Bobby and gives him the Heimlich maneuver. The entire restaurant stops to watch. After several tense seconds, the ring goes flying out of Bobby's mouth and lands smack in the middle of the table. He falls to the floor. Tracy picks up the ring.
Bobby, is this...
Bobby struggles off the floor and to one knee. He takes both her hands in his hands, more to balance himself than for romantic value.
Tracy, I know we've been going through a lot lately, and I almost just died, but you mean the world to me. I want you to know that I've always cared for you, but now I want to make it super duper legit.
Bobby looks over his shoulder to see Spencer's face buried in Jennifer's shoulders, devastated. He takes a deep breath and goes for it anyway.
Tracy Elizabeth George, will you marry me?
Tracy looks at the ring, her weeping father, and finally Bobby. He looks back at her hopefully. A smug grin slowly spreads across her face.
As long as you wash that ring first.
She slides out the booth to give him a big hug, squeezing the air out of him. The restaurant erupts in applause. He looks over her shoulder to see Jeff cruising by on the waitress's drink tray. He tips his fedora and clicks his heel as he zooms by.
Congratulations, Skippy boy.
He winks at him.